This is the Wire Report for 1530 Zulu, November 11th, 2023. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is 1430. Bottom line up front. Moody's downgrades assessment of the U.S. economy. Protests continue worldwide. Beginning with international events, on the European front, throughout the continent, protests, demonstrations, and riots continue related to a variety of issues. Protests and demonstrations increase in severity in Spain as citizens continue to express dissatisfaction with the ruling Socialist Party. Protests in the UK continue in support of Palestine, but counter-protests also continue regarding the migrant crisis and subsequently the flood of immigrants from the Middle East and Africa. In the Middle East, disclosure of IDF casualties has essentially come to a halt with no new data for the past several days. The Ministry of Health in Gaza claims the casualty count has reached 11,078 deaths, 4,506 of which are children. Analysts comment, this figure has not yet been corroborated with the United Nations or third-party NGOs. On the home front, in the United States, the Moody's Corporation downgrades the U.S. economic rating from stable to negative, citing increased debt and, quote, continued political polarization in Congress. Analysts comment, this is not necessarily an indicator of immediate financial collapse, but is rather the public admission of a declining economy, which in turn is fairly obvious to anyone who makes or spends income in the United States. Moody's is the third and final financial rating agency to downgrade the U.S. economic status from the top ratings the U.S. had enjoyed for decades. In California, in Los Angeles, a chemical spill impacts 33 people, hospitalizing 1. Initial reports were that the spill involved a 55-gallon drum filled with ammonia, but as of this report, the contents of the drum are not yet confirmed. Analyst comments for this wire. On social media, much of the discourse surrounding the conflict in Gaza has effectively been discouraged. Hamas has published many videos showing anti-tank guided missile attacks on tanks, so the IDF's hesitance to admit to casualties is a strong indicator that casualties are likely higher than anticipated. Conversely, Israel's encirclement of Gaza City and the subsequent logistical isolation are likely to result in substantial Hamas losses as the northern pocket is consolidated. This concludes the wire for 1530 Zulu, November 11th, 2023.